Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Melanin Uncut. Mix up. All right, it's your girl MJ
and I'm Julie.
Period. Hey. If you haven't already, go ahead and watch our previous videos on Melanin Uncut. We'll leave it here in the information box. Please make sure you follow us on all our platforms here on YouTube and on Instagram, and make sure you stay tuned into our wine time segment. And thank you for joining us. So, girl, I gotta get into it because you know we like it raw, straight, no chaser around here. So
raw,
no chaser. It just really just popped up. It's like now all over social media, all over everywhere, that Dr. Dre is paying $800 million to his ex-wife. So now we just seen all over social media that Dr. Dre is paying his ex-wife $800 million in settlement. So she just won $800 million, girl. Is this not Women in Power 2020-2021? I am loving this. So she just won $800 million, girl. So I don't know if you've been following along. Like, do you know kind of like Dr. Dre's like past history, like, you know, what's been publicly put out there?
Not really, no.
Okay, so he has like a lot of things going on. Like, a lot of women in his past have spoken up against like Dr. Dre, allegations, of course, and of course we don't own any copyrights to anything here on this channel. But Dr. Dre allegedly has been just sued or just been in allegations of abuse. He has a lot of womanizer, just real traits of those things, like dealing with women, and you know, it hasn't really been a really good how you say it?
Reputation?
Yeah, there you go. So it hasn't been a good real
reputation
about him, pyramid.
Right.
So he got a lot of stuff going on, and they've been going through this whole this whole settlement issue. Like, it's been popping up everywhere on social media. Like, their divorce has been out in the public. Like, everybody in Miami know what's going on at Dr. Dre's house right now. So pretty much, like, even his daughter has like spoken up against Dr. Dre and defended her mom in this whole trial or whatever. But she did win $800 million. Now, reason why I am like, we're talking about this on Melanin Uncut and why I'm bringing it up is that all the kids that Dr. Dre has between him and his ex-wife that won the settlement, they're all adults, right? So, Julie, do you think it's fair that she won that large amount of settlement, even though all the kids are grown up? Like, she doesn't have to take care of anyone but pretty much herself at this point. Do you think that number of like pretty much $800 million, do you think that was an acceptable amount for that settlement, or do you think it was just something that was just like too damn much?
I think the amount of the money is acceptable.
Okay. Like, what makes it happen?
I say that because, like, you just told me literally, like 5 seconds ago, that they were married since 1996. So that's how many years? Like 25 years?
Yeah.
And bro, like, that's 25 long years that I have put up with everything that you've done, all the infidelity, all the pain, all the drama, all the happiness, all the everything, every emotion that I had to.
The things that you built.
Yes, I feel like that it accumulates to all of that. Yeah. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do all my little things. That's gonna and it came up to $800 million. Yes, I think that's a fair amount, even if her kids are grown as hell. It's the time spent with that person. I feel like she deserves that. Maybe even more. Why the fuck not?
I agree with you. When I saw the $800 million, I think people are kind of like outraged, or people are. This is the reason why this is being talked about, because $800 million is a lot of money to anybody, even her. That's like a really large
for
amount.
One person.
for one person, but we also have to be mindful, like you said, all the time she has invested with this man. They have she has grown a certain lifestyle being with this man, and she did not only just walk into this lifestyle with him having his own, but she grew into a greater empire with him. Because we have to remember, like, Dr. Dre didn't have those Beats by Dre. He didn't have certain things. Like, yeah, he had Death Row and all these things, like, you know, going on with him, but pretty much he also grew another empire with her. And I feel like in the time span of her being with him, she's been accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and she shouldn't have to change. So I feel like it is fair enough that they both can part ways at a reasonable price. Now, people could say, like, oh, well, that's just a gold digger and stuff like that, but there's no way I feel like you could be with a man for 25 years and just say, like, you're a gold digger or you're just only with him for money. Like, if he happens to be a rich man, that's just what he is a rich man, you know. And we don't know what quality of background that she have or what she brought to the table in that relationship. So I agree with you. I feel like that's a good amount of money for her, especially the amount of time period that she's been with him. $800 seems very much reasonable at the time. Now, people could say, like, you know, she should have settled for less, but we really don't know what happened in the relationship. We really don't. And honestly, unfortunately, money still will never heal the scars, because his other baby mothers, they have real trauma with him. Like, there's real trauma with Dr. Dre. Yeah, like, there's woman, I forgot her name, but she's like a singer, or R&B singer from our past, and if I can remember the name, I'll put it somewhere down here or something like that. But she talks about, like, the trauma that she dealt with dealing with Dr. Dre and dealing with him. She talks about that. Even though financially he always had that money and all these great things, you know, as far as like exterior and materialistic, still she had to deal with a lot of trauma with him being abusive, womanizer, manipulative. He was financially abusive too. So I feel like we don't know the trauma that his ex-wife has experienced or his kids. So $800 million is fair enough. It's worth it. It's fair enough, you know. And again, I feel like he has a huge empire that he can recover from $800 million. I feel like that was
probably worth more than that. Honestly.
No, he's way. I mean, if you could do an $800 million settlement, imagine what else, you know, your finances look like, you know. So yeah, definitely. Quick question though. I do have a question. So in your past, like, have you ever fought over like financial, like not even financial, but like possessions after a breakup or something like that? Like, you guys kind of like fought over who's gonna take the dog or who's gonna do this or that or anything like that?
No.
No. You just parted ways.
I just grabbed whatever, like, recently, not recently, but like last year.
Or did like an ex ever try to take something back after giving it to you?
I took something back after giving it to him. The fuck?
Like what?
Like, it was like just something that I got him for his birthday, and I was just like, oh, like, I'm taking that back because it cost me a lot of money, and I'm taking it back. Like, you don't deserve it. And I literally bought it like the month before, and I was like, you're not about to have this on. Wow, you don't. I didn't buy sneakers, but you're not about to have this on while being with other bitches. Like, no. So I took my shit back because it cost me a lot of money, and yeah, like, why not? I'm gonna do it. What about you?
I have taken something back. The same thing. Like, I ended up getting a guy a really nice gift, and he was tripping. He was going back to his ex-girlfriend. Even though we were dating, you know, we weren't in a relationship, he was going back to his ex, and honey, that was not what I signed up for. So I ended up going in his bathroom, and I took it. I bought him like this really nice cologne set, and so I ended up taking it back. I put it right back in my bag, and I left. So I was like, okay, if you're gonna go back, you go back with what you
know? Like,
and usually I'm not like that. Usually if I get you something, I'm not like expecting it back. But in that situation, I feel like he really tried me, so I was
Listen, I could be petty Eastside on this side, okay? Like, I could be petty Eastside. Everybody, listen, you don't want this pettiness to come out of me, okay? Right. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to take back whatever I feel like I'm going to take back that I feel like you're going to do stupid shit with. I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Like, if you're going to play me. So, I think that's pretty much in agreement. I think here on Melanin Uncut, we feel like, you know, again, we could be looking at it completely biased, and we may be looking at it biased. I don't know, but
this is our opinions, and we keep it real, raw, and uncut here. So it is what it is. Yeah. If you guys have any disagreements or agreements or whatever the case may be, you can leave them down in the comments, and we're gonna argue right back. So
All right, guys. So don't forget to follow us on our social media. Julie, do you have anything to close us out with?
No, I really don't. Not this time. Not this time. Okay. I don't think I do. Do you?
I do. Get to the bag, sis.
Yes.
Period. Where the money resides.
Where the money resides. Where the money resides.
Where the money resides. Hey.
Bye, guys.
Peace, y'all.